We've got it in e-stop position. We've got our file on the screen. We're in NC console, so we know we're good to cut. We're gonna twist the e-stop, hit reset, and then hit the X, which is the cancel or abort motion. That's how you unlock your Waterjet, particularly your Calypso. So now we're gonna just use the joystick and we're gonna bring it down. I'll go over the beginning and the homing later.
That's okay, yeah.
So we're gonna bring it roughly to where we wanna be. And then you're gonna go up here, and these are your movements or your controls. Again, NC console only. There is no control in GeoMate.
Right.
So this is your, we'll start here. J0 is called an infinite jog. So that means if I were to tell this to go down right now, it would technically crash into that metal. It probably wouldn't hurt anything, but it might break the nozzle. So J1, and I think you can go in here and change all these. Yours are probably set to what mine are, but J1 I have set to 1 inch. So when I hit down, go ahead and look at the gantry. That's a 1 inch exactly. There's 2, 3, 4, and vice versa. Okay. Now I'm all the way up. So now if I go, let's just say I come down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Everybody says you can cut 6 inch on a Waterjet. You can actually cut more because there's 6.5 roughly. But anyways, here I am. Now, if you knew you were going to do it and you knew you were going to click the right button, I'm going to click this back to J0, which is infinite jog. It even says, there's my numbers. J0 is continuous, infinite. J1, okay, don't go by that. Okay, hold on, it should say it.
Yeah, I saw it in 1, 2, 3, 4,
okay. Yeah, I'll show you how to change that. I know that can't be hard. So anyways, J0 is infinite, so if I hit up now, she'll bring it all the way up to 0.
Okay.
And likewise, if I go J1, there's 1 inch. If I go J2, I've got to set it 100 thou. If I go J3, it's 10 thou.
Okay.
And if I go J4, 1 thou. You can't even see it.
Oh my goodness.
You can probably hear it if you put it right here.
You could sit here for the rest of the afternoon and
and sometimes you'll go and try to move it and you'll be like, why isn't it moving? If you look at your jog, you'll be on J3.
Okay.
Or J4, and you're never going to see it. So again, we're going to come down 1 inch. We're going to bring it as close as we want to cut the material. When you get down close, don't guess what's 1 inch. Bring it down in J2.
Yes.
So, and likewise, don't risk jogging it, snapping the tool as you start moving around. I don't like to overload. I'll overload moving left and right. I will not overload moving forward and back. I always let it move and settle, move and settle.
When you say overload, you mean get ahead of it?
I just don't like it to be bouncing. Boom, 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 bouncing the whole game. Left and right, it's all in there. But once you get into working with your servo motors, I don't like to be harder than it.
I agree.
So I'm down there. I think I'm pretty close. Realistically, I would probably cut about that height, so about an 1/8 inch above the part. Some people you'll see cut at a 1/4 inch. I think that's ridiculous. The nice thing about the Calypso is you can adjust your height as you're cutting. So you can literally be cutting the profile of your octopus, and you can change to J3, and you can raise it up as it's going across the tentacles because you know there's a dip in the table on that side.
Okay. Okay.
So now, you want to come back up here?
Yeah, I'm on my way.
So now, I like the height. However, the first thing we're going to do is square up the sheet. So I'm going to bring it up 2 more J2s. I know that at roughly 3/8 of an inch, I know I will not hit that table as I jog.
You'll clear your screws. That's
just to be safe, I'm going to bring it up 2 more.
Okay.
So now I'm going to go here. Everything in NC console, consider it, everything works in order on that top toolbar. So we already did the open. This is going to be your cutting speed. We're going to come back to it. For now, the next button next to it is set soft home here. So we're going to just click that, and now you can see it pulled this down into the corner of the screen. That's because we're at the corner of our table, and if I wanted to see the entire table, I would go click on Zoom. Right here.
Oh, yeah.
And there it is. Okay, that actually showed me a close-up. If I wanted to see the whole table, I think it's here.
Zoom to
one of these.
Bag.
But anyways, the other way you can do it is, let me get back to my cursor, is you can just zoom out. Okay. There's the entire table with your 30-inch piece on it on a 5x10. So yours would show basically like that.
Okay. Yeah.
So
4x4.
I'm gonna go back to zoom in on it. And now what I wanna do is I'm gonna go to infinite jog, and I'm gonna basically, knowing my height and knowing where my screws and any other obstructions are, I'm basically gonna run that edge, and I'm gonna see where am I at. That's very close.
Yeah, that is close.
So I can see that I'm on it by about 1/4 of an inch. You can fine tune that as much as you want. I would never try and lose. I would leave about that. Because the last thing you want is for your piece to shift for some reason.
I got you.
Yeah. So I'm gonna bring it forward. I'm just gonna make sure the front of it's now still on the chute. And if it is, we know that our Y is good. So we know we're good there.
Oh, I see what you're saying. You're making sure this edge, left edge here is.
Yep. So we know we're in with regards to our
Got
Y.
it.
So now I'm gonna, you don't have to worry about it. I'm gonna move it out of the way. I know that I'm good. And now we already set a home, so now I'm gonna go right here. Again, remember everything kind of in order. Here is our go-to soft home. We've already set a soft home, now we're gonna go to it. So that is exactly where we were. So, and we know we're on because all I've done is front to back.
Right.
So now I'm gonna jog left to right. And first thing I'm gonna do is, I'm on the park by about 150 thou. Now I just wanna check. I don't have to check the whole sheet, but I want to.
It's getting close, isn't
Still
it?
on, but
Yeah.
if I wanted to, what I would do is I would say, maybe that's not as far on, so I'm gonna come forward 1, J2. Now I
Okay.
know that I'm on. But you gotta go back to home and mimic what you just did, set the home again. So now I'm just gonna go all the way back to the home, and I'm gonna J2 1 out, home it, and I know I'm on the entire sheet. And your guys' table is going to move a lot faster than this. Whether you want to slow it down or not, that's up to you. I like it slow because everything lasts forever. You know, that is a little slow. When I say yours will go fast, I think this thing will traverse at 1100, and I have it set at about 200.
Yeah.
So when you see it move, I hate to be on camera saying this, but your butthole's going to punch it.
Yeah.
Because it's going to fly. It's amazing when you do it.
Yeah, I like the slowness too, because that way if you're screwing up, you don't kill yourself.
Yep. There's no reason to go through servos and everything. I've never done it.
Yeah, what's the hurry?
Because of this.
What's the urgency?
So now that I know I'm back at the home, I'm
Okay.
going to J2 1 forward, which I just did, and now I'm going to set the home. So I know that is my X and Y. Now I have to fine tune the height. So I'm just going to bring it down to where I think I'm fine, and I'm going to start it. Start it right about there. And now set the home again. So now I know I am 100% zero, and I've got the height. If I wanted to check the height, you can take the 0, and just remember, when you go one way, you hit the opposite, it'll cancel. So before I move anywhere, I'm going to put the screw in.
Yeah, I like that. It's like those screws were sticking up pretty good.
Usually we're cutting, remember, you guys can cut
2 inch,
3,
3
4,
inch.
5 ply. I wouldn't go more than 3 ply because you're going to see the lead-in starts to change and everything.
Yeah.
But you could easily cut 2 ply.
And you can adjust the speed that it cuts through the corners so that it doesn't have that drag through
You
the
can
corner.
adjust all that. Yep. I don't adjust it very often. I'll have to look to see it, but yes, I did it one time because I have it set to slow down in all my parts.
So cutting 2 sheets, is there any special precaution to cutting 2 sheets? You just lay them on there, make sure they're fixtured, they can't move?
Yep, you just want to make sure they're together.
Now it's going to tend to blast in between the sheets when it pierces, right?
Yeah, it's going to put debris inside from the pierce. For the time being, you guys are paying plenty of money for your fish. Cut 1 ply at a time.
Yeah.
You know, you guys are saving money right out of the gate.
Dennis has done 2 before, but he's riveted them so that they don't.
That's a good way. That's a very good way.
That keeps
So
them together.
if you were going to do that on a file like this and riveted 2 sheets together, I'd say that's go.
Yeah.
Because I know you guys are grinding and burnishing them. If you weren't, I would tell you do one to make sure you're happy with it.
You got it.
So all I want to do, now we know our home's there, so I'm going to go in here. I'm going to jog in J0, and I'm going to go up with it. And I just want to move it out of the way. Again, I'm going to hit back, then I'm going to counter with forward, hit to the right, and I'm going to counter with left, and I'm going to go back again, and I'm going to counter with forward. I don't like to let it hit the limit switches as often as I can prevent it.
I agree.
So I just stop it a little early. Same with when I park it at home. I don't park it all the way on the Y.
Right.
Or sorry, I don't park it all the way on the X, and I don't park it all the way on the Y in the corner like some people do. I like to leave it right about 10 inch, and when you come up to home it, it does have to home out this way, and home out this way, and that's what I like. You know, so don't park it all the way over there and shut it off. Sooner or later it's going to happen. When that happens, yes, you have to wait for it to come up super slow, come all the way over super slow, and then come all the way forward. It might be 5 minutes.
So home is up here.
Home is always going to be your lowest most point and your leftmost point. And then you know your every part on that file is good. So now I've moved it out of the way, and the reason why is I just want to secure my piece.
Yes.
Just get the bolt heads out of the way. And we're good to cut octopus! Alright, so now we've moved it out of the way. The easy thing is, again, we go back to our soft home. You do not want to click set soft home, because now you got to
go back and do it all again.
When that happens, you call me and I'll tell you. You can actually go into, let's just say I did. I don't want to confuse you, but I'll show you now. So, boom, oops, I didn't mean to set soft home. Now if I hit go to home, it won't go anywhere because that is my new home.
Soft home.
So now I can go to execute and go to set soft home ... which means there's going to be a dialog box, so we know we're not hurting anything. And if I go to my previous soft home, you can do the math in your head. We know 0, 0 where that is on the table, so we know at 3/4 of an inch and roughly 3/4 of an inch, we know that was our old home. Okay. So now you can go previous soft home. There it is. Let's see if it picks it up, and we're going to say go to soft home. There it is.
Okay.
If it wasn't in there and ready to pick up as the previous, let's say you freaked out and set home 5 times, you can go back and look at the dialog drop down and still figure out where your home was, and just manually input the X, manually input the Y, Z, go to home.
Now, absolute 0, 0 is somewhere here.
According to what we just saw, 3/4, 3/4, so it's like roughly
right there,
here.
Right there, okay. And what is your table is a 5x10.
Correct.
But it will actually cut a little more than that.
If it cut more, it might be more by 100,000. Oh, I wouldn't be surprised if it's dead on 5 feet by 10. Okay, literally right at the corner. I won't be surprised. That's it. Okay, and you guys will have 48, 48. I think I see what you're getting at. If you were to actually measure the table, we have to get this to 5 feet from right here. But there still has to be all this travel left on the table. That's why the tables look bigger than they are.
No, I know that. It was that the resellers of your clips, or our clips, had said 49 by 49 cut range.
Maybe it is.
But maybe he's making that up.
I can tell you that when I load a 10-foot sheet, it's very close. Like I can cut the whole sheet, but that's because I'm always going to be cutting slightly less than 10,
right,
to keep it on the sheet.
Got it.
So it's very accurate as far as
that was something Dave said too. Cut less than the full width.
Correct.
Or full length.
Okay, so now we know we've got our home. We've set our height. We like the home. We have the part. Now, again, remember everything's kind of in order. So we've already opened the file. We've set our homes. Now we're going to come back here to the second one, which is cutting parameters. Very simple. You can go by this if you want, but I'm going to give you a cheat sheet. The cheat sheet basically is going to tell you, you could plug in exactly what you want. This is going to give you pretty much every metal. And there are going to be times like wood. Is there a wood option? No, there's no wood option. So I would just go to aluminum, fudge the number, because you're going to learn roughly what does 063 pierce in time frame. This is going to be a pretty quick standing pierce. It'd be less than a second. Now, this is basically showing you what the cut finish will look like, roughly. This is your cut finish, and you can go all the way up to 99 if you want. Now we've told it, my material is 6061, doesn't matter if it's 5052, aluminum is aluminum. Mm-hmm. Thickness, 063, we're cutting 100 thou, are we not?
100, yeah.
So let's just change that for argument's sake. 100 thou. At a cut quality, typically you go 1 through 10, but I can tell you it actually goes 1 through 100, and you can tell cutting at a cut speed of 1, it's going to show a real shitty cut because it's just running through the material.
I was wondering what you meant by showing you the cut, and I'm going like, whoa, what am I seeing?
And you can also see, I can tell you it will not cut at 190 inches a minute, but that's basically what you've set the machine to cut. So you could trick it into cutting foam at 190, 250, whatever you want to do just by altering the numbers. Okay. I'm going to go back because I know that 063 is accurate standing pierce for getting through 090 or 100 in this case, I think. We'll find out one cut. And I'm going to put this at a 3.0. All I'm doing is adjusting my cut finish number to get my inches per minute. And I know I want to cut your 100 thou aluminum at roughly 80 to be safe. Again, that's my Waterjet. So you could try 100.
Right, you're going to increase the cut finish?
Yes. So as I go up, there's 65, 3.8, there's 70, 3.6, there's 74, 3.4, 79. I'm gonna try cutting at 79 inches a minute. So now that I've got that, you can look at this all you want.
Yeah.
It doesn't really matter. You're gonna quickly learn
Yeah.
what the cut should look like.
Yeah.
And now we're gonna go, very important, load.
If you don't load, it's not there. Okay.
Now that you've done that, now you could basically tell your client, you know, when they say, how much does it cost? I don't know, I have to map it out. So now you can go right here to statistics,
Oh.
and in theory,
It can do this. It can name this tune in.
total of 20 minutes and 42 seconds.
Wow.
That's what it's saying.
Yeah.
I'm a little shocked. If I have to slow the machine down, obviously that's going to alter that speed.
Right.
Or, you know what I mean? But we're going to go for it.
You're thinking that's fast.
That is pretty fast for
that.
I understand it's 30 inch.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's probably accurate now that I think of 30 inch. I keep
Okay.
looking and thinking it's a 6-foot octopus.
Yeah, you're thinking that. And he's cut the 6-footers.
Yeah.
It's big.
Yeah. Okay, so now, if you want to back off, I'm going to show you all this stuff.
Yeah.
So let's just assume everything's off.
Okay.
We powered on the computer this morning. We've got our file. We've homed the machine, so we're able to, by homing the machine, when you first turn it on, it's going to say, do you want to home the machine now? You always answer yes.
Okay.
That's going to zero the Z, zero the X, zero the X, zero the Y.
Right.
Now you can go move it wherever you want, and you're not restricted to anything. You set your home, you're good. So for the front, we're just going to pretend that I just pressurized the hopper. I've got my water on. We know the pump is on.
Yes. Fans are on.
Fans are on. Everything's good to go.
Yeah. Yeah, I got that
Pause it
all
open.
on film. Yeah. Okay.
Hey,